vision and the mission. This meeting is about making sure that our membership can say that off the top of their head when they need to. How do you sell COMTO?
That was too long.
Well, they're gonna show us how to do that in 30 seconds, but the next step now is for us, every member, not just the president, not just the treasurer, the secretary, every member should be able to sell COMTO. So this training will help you in your career, but it's also to further the COMTO mission. All right, and the best way to do that is for you to sell it. So if you can't say why you're a member of COMTO, or why you come to the meetings, or what we're doing, we brought Fred in to help you, okay? So let me start. Picture this. You're in an elevator. The company CEO walks in, and you've been trying to meet with him to talk about COMTO. The two of you are the only ones in the elevator. You press to go to the next floor. You need to say something real fast. What do you say? Are you prepared? If you're not sure, then this workshop is for you. Elevator speeches get results. Everyone knows elevator speeches, but we're going to get into that. In this short interactive program, you will learn how to create and deliver a short, memorable speech that will get you noticed. With the handouts, you will have even a template and hints to help you. We'll be led today by our own Fred Haley, scheduling and budget supervisor with JTA. Fred is also a certified coach, teacher, and speaker with the John Maxwell program. His outside business is ToastMentor. Speak, connect, inspire, and lead. He has conducted public speaking workshops and mentored business associates to improve their presentations. Fred has been a member of Toastmasters since 1989. He has been a district officer multiple times and has given hundreds of speeches. He has earned 2 distinguished Toastmasters TBM awards. And I want to say personally, I've known Fred since 2006 when he joined JTA, and every time I meet with him, he has been there to help. Fred has a wealth of knowledge in terms of training. He's been a general manager at least 3 times, and he knows just about everything in training because he's done it already, and he's traveled several places, several other agencies. So, and another note, Fred has personally coached me on several occasions and has really helped. So, I'm excited and delighted to present Fred and officially welcome him and be prepared to participate as we learn how to create elevator speeches for results. Fred Haley.
Hello, my name is Fred Haley. I'm with JTA. I help keep our labor costs low and help our customers find out how to use the bus, where to get on, and where their bus stops are. I am the scheduling supervisor for JTA, so my department develops the schedules that minimize overtime and maximize drive time for our operators. We also program the bus destination signs and the announcements that the passengers hear when they get on and off the bus. How can I help you ride the bus today? My name is Fred Haley. My business is ToastMentor. We help transform your employees to skilled ambassadors who can speak with confidence, connect with their audience, inspire their customers, and lead your organization. We conduct workshops, we do one-on-one coaching, and I even do keynote addresses to be able to help show and transform. My business card is here. I'd like to talk to you some more about how we can transform your employees. 2 examples of an elevator speech. Can somebody tell me what an elevator speech is? Any idea?
Quick introduction.
A little more. It's a 30-second commercial for yourself. It's 30 to 60 seconds where you have to grab the person's attention and make that audience want to listen to you, want to know more about you and whatever you're talking about. For COMTO, it's 30 to 60 seconds to get somebody to be interested and want to know more about COMTO. That's all it is, just a commercial. But how you structure it what you say and how well you say it will make all the difference in getting into the door that you need to get into. You have the handout, and that was the first question, so you can start writing down. When do you give an elevator speech? Oh, somebody say in an elevator, please.
An elevator.
In an elevator, very good.
Anytime, whenever you have the opportunity. You might not
Yeah.
be in an elevator, maybe the person that you need to talk to and, you know.
Yeah, it could be at a conference, you're just walking in the hallway. Could be
Getting coffee.
in where?
Getting a coffee break.
In a coffee break, exactly. Or in the buffet line. Sure.
Not the restaurant.
I don't know. It could be just before the meeting gets started, the next workshop, and that person walks in. Any opportunity that's really unplanned or unexpected, but you do not have much time to be able to speak. Who's your audience? Say that? You can't say everyone, but I'll go to question number 6. Does your speech change when your audience changes?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
So who would your audience be for COMTO?
CEOs, yes, and business partners.
For potential members?
So the 2 different audiences. A potential member of COMTO, a CEO, or 3 different, or a potential member. And each time, you'd have to change what you say. What's your goal? Let's pick one. Pick one of the 3. Pick the CEO.
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship. Okay, you want to get money from them. You want to sponsor. Anything else?
Brand ambassador,
Explain that.
promote the vision and the actual.
You want the CEO to do that?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
very good. What's the person's goal? The person doesn't know anything about, or very little about COMTO. What would that person want?
Exposure.
Excuse me?
How to benefit them?
How it will benefit them? Sure. Well, if exposure is what they want, then exposure is the benefit. If a job is what they want, then the job is the benefit. I like to talk about a radio station. Radio station WIIFM. Everybody know what it is? Somebody should.
What's in it for me?
What's in it for me? Let's be honest. Whenever we make a decision, whenever we do something or think about something, we have one question. Why should I do it? What's in it for me? So if you go up to someone who you don't know, and you want to get their attention, what are you going to do? Say, hi, I'm pretty, I'm great, I'm president. Good. What's it do for me? So your elevator speech in 30 seconds has to introduce you and get them to see what benefit you can be to them. That's pretty tough, but it's possible. So, you know what an elevator speech is. You know when to give it. You know who your audience is, and know that it changes. Your speech changes based on your audience. You know your goal, and you know your audience's goal. The one thing I do want to correct, and I know I have to call it an elevator speech because that's what everybody thinks of it. Never give a speech. Never give a speech. Always have a conversation. Just talk to the other person like you're talking to a person in the hallway as a friend. It's a conversation. So when you start to think about that, then when you structure your elevator speech, you structure it as a conversation. Any speech you do, frankly, if you're going to give a 45-minute keynote, you do it as a conversation. But doing it in 30 seconds is going to be even more difficult. What I've done is create just a simple outline for what an elevator speech would be. We'll go over that. Let me give you some examples of elevator speeches and see. First line would be greeting. Hi, my name is, and maybe my company. Second one, the most important, your results. What are you going to do for them? Third, how. And fourth, if you want, you can give us a success story or talk a little bit more about some of the products and services you do or some of the things you do. The fifth is also important. Call to action. Get them to want to or to contact you back or meet and do something else after you talk to them, after you give that speech. It's so important just to give a call to action. Say, here's my card, or how can I help you? 30 seconds. You heard my speech. The two of them I gave. The first one, my name is Fred Haley. I reduced overtime, or how to say it. I said, I keep our labor costs low and help our customers find their buses and bus routes. That was the results. How? Scheduling supervisor, program the announcements, and work on the schedules. Very short, very quick. Didn't give any success story, didn't need to at this time. But what I say last, how can I help you? It's just an aside. You heard the little acronym KISS? Do you remember what it means? Keep it simple, simple. Do you know how hard it is to keep it simple? So if you start to work on your speech, make it as big and long as you want. Just start whittling it down and getting down to the fine point, the important points. All right. Here's a couple other examples. Hi, my name is Bob Doe, owner of Super Great Company. We help our customers lower their tax debt and maximize returns by seeking out hidden deductions and carefully evaluating each customer's individual situation. We specialize in small business like yours, so we've become experts in identifying commonly missed deductions for small companies. Just last year, I had a client who came to me because his business was facing a $10,000 debt. We reevaluated his data and were able to reduce his debt by over 80%. I'll be glad to talk to you about your business tax accounting needs when it is convenient for you. What do you think of that one? That's pretty good. Did it sound like a conversation?
No.
No, it didn't. It was good. I mean, it had all 5 points, including an example. It didn't sound quite like a conversation. And sort of had a weak closing. I'd be glad to talk to you. No, here's my business card. Here's when can I talk to you? Another one, this is a real short one. That one, by the way, was 130 words, which is a little less than a minute.
I thought that was long. I was like, that's a little long. He had the good stuff, but that was long.
Yeah. So what you do is write it out and then start editing. Hello, my name is Mark. I'm a speaker, coach, and author. The title of my book is No Sweat Public Speaking. Businesses hire me because they want to improve their public speaking and presentation skills. They know that speaking opportunities are business opportunities. Speaking opportunities are career opportunities. You wouldn't know of anyone interested in improving their speaking and presentation skills, would you? What do you think of that one? That's a lot better, isn't it? It's only 71 words, half the words, the other one. It's clear. He had a really good catch line.
That ending,
Yeah, the ending was the only part I had a problem with. You wouldn't know anyone who's interested in improving. Well, what's your first answer?
No.
No. How can I be proactive? Be proactive. The real reason we want to talk today is talk about COMTO. How can you be prepared in advance to sell COMTO when you have not been prepared? When you don't know when you're going to have that opportunity, but it comes up in front of you. What do you say? In the back of the first page, I have just some tips. What I said before, it's not a speech, it's a conversation. Use the person's name. Use you. And anytime you give a speech, the more you talk you, one person. If I say, I want to help you become a better speaker, who am I talking to? I'm talking to you. If I said, I want to help all of you, each one of you, or all of you, or everyone here, well, I'm talking to everyone. No, I just want to talk to you. Important to say you. Well, we all know to keep it professional and avoid some of the personal stuff. But there's some other tips and rules that really will help you in your presentation skills. So, the other thing I wanted to do was talk to you about style. Well, why do you want to say this, and how excited do you want to say this? So I am going to ask 3 people to come up and just give one little line. Okay.
To get it done.
You do this one. James, you can do this one. Thank you for volunteering. You do number 3, correct? Okay. Yes.
You need to say here or up here.
Stay right there. Yeah. James, do number 1.
What do I do?
What is?
I'm a bus driver.
Hi, I'm a JTA bus driver.
What do you do?
I bring people safely, comfortably, and quickly to their jobs, shopping, and doctor's appointments.
Which one would you pick to be your bus driver? You would
I
have picked her if it wasn't for you. Yes.
get more information, yeah.
You get, well, she changed it.
Uh-huh,
She wasn't the bus driver.
right.
She was somebody helping you.
To the bus, to what that meant.
You were helping, you were telling them how you can help them.
Yep.
See the difference? About results. Thank you.
It
You can
said-
keep it
I
if you
was kind
want.
of confused. It said with enthusiasm. I thought I was going to say with enthusiasm. But they said bus driver, bus
You said it
driver.
perfectly. Sure. What we want to do today is talk a little bit about how you can sell COMTO. So let's try using the outline. First of all, let's decide which person is the audience. On the 3rd page, it just got the outline of the questions that you would want to ask yourself to be prepared. And let me be clear on preparing. You do it now. You practice it now. You practice it when you don't have anybody in front of you. So that when you do meet that person in the elevator, you're already ready. It's memorized. It's part of your heart. And you can go right out and say it without having to worry. So, who's your audience? Let's pick one.
Potential member.
Potential member. Okay, very good. We want to pick or meet somebody who's a potential member, just comes up and meets you in the hallway. What does that potential member want?
Smile.
What's the result?
Wasn't it for me? Was that comfortable for me?
Correct. What would that be?
Well, I was trying to think if it's the potential member, if it's just Terry, I can talk to her, but let's say it's Mr. Ford, I mean, try to bring his organization on board, so I'm trying to think how.
So
let's do
individual
that
membership versus.
Versus, yeah,
corporate.
right.
Yeah.
So
Go
how
an individual.
would you- Individual, okay, individual.
How about what would it be? Ivan Mitchell.
Okay.
Some of you know Ivan Mitchell. He's a planner over
Sign.
hmm?
Engineer.
Yeah, over in
Sign.
planning area, planner over in planning, of course. And he is fairly new here, been here about a year, and does all the planning, helps with all the planning for the new routes and the route of reorganization. But he's not a member, as in. Okay, you go up to him. What does he want?
Professional development opportunities.
He wants to keep improving.
I think you want networking opportunities.
I think you want networking opportunity, yes, outside of it. Good. You already know 2 and 3, what are some of the key issues that you have, and you have those in your mission statement. And Sherry was smart enough to mention and catch on that when we were asking what the mission statement was, you already have a handout that has the mission statement in there. It talks about a lot of the questions you would have here. What are the products and services? You can give it a little more detail. What results can you offer Ivan? Ivan wants professional development, he wants networking. What can you offer him?
Upcoming events.
Detail. Some more detail.
We have an event at the town center that's coming up in a couple of months.
And what, how would he benefit by going to that? How could he benefit?
He would meet other members, and then they would be able to show him some of the things that we're doing, showcase, provide him with a brochure, and then just talk a little bit about what COMTO does.
And on occasion, our events, Mr. Ford is there, he can talk on more than that.
Okay, that's getting there. Just to get a brochure about COMTO,
Now.
just to get a brochure about COMTO may not excite them as much.
To meet the decision makers.
Yes. Why would he want to do that?
Why would he want to meet the decision makers? If he wants to develop professionally and advance in his career, those are the people who he needs to at least make some initial contact with.
Say it that way.
Exactly.
Say it that way, yeah. You don't just meet someone so you can get a brochure, or so you can say, I've met him,
Here, this one would be.
and shake your hand. You might do that for Paul McCartney or Aisha or somebody, and say, I shook her hand. But I'll wash my hand after I shake it with Mr. Ford. I mean, he's a nice guy, but I'll see him again. But if I think that meeting him and shaking his hand is going to give me an opportunity in the future to advance my professional career, well, yes. Mr. Ford might help him get a better job here and promotion, or it might help him as a reference for another place. Think about it. That's really difficult. And Cheryl, you've met people all over the place, and you know what sort of things do other people want in other companies? Do they just like to stay where they're at, or do they move up?
Yeah, new opportunities, what the industry, changes in the industry that, where potential projects are.
Mm-hmm. But you bring out a really good point. We know as much as we're able to see and do here, but if there's new ways of doing something that might be of interest, but we don't know how to get it. If you can offer that, that is a result that would attract a person. That may be a result to attract Ivan. Yeah. See how difficult it becomes to plan a simple 30-second speech? Who is this person? What might they want? And how can I be prepared before I even meet them?
I mean, I think he's definitely a good candidate for somebody to try this on.
No, we're all gonna go get
I was gonna be like, whoa! No, because new to the community, new to the agency. I mean, he's young in his profession. He probably, doesn't have a lot of contacts out there. So the networking word is good, but he's a little more reserved. So it might take some, comfort level for him.
That was my question too. Like, I was with Aisha at COMTO. I'm more reserved. She was all over the place, so friendly. Hi, here's, I'm like, girl, sit
I
down.
know.
But, and I'm saying, and so if I come, coming to COMTO to be a part of it, but what about those people who, would benefit COMTO, but they're not really as outspoken or not, a little more reserved.
You're not reserved.
Not anymore. No, I really am. People it's like,
Not anymore, you're not. See, it was good for you to go hang out with us.
I just,
But you should talk from the standpoint of what do you get out of COMTO?
Yeah.
You like helping others.
Yes.
So it may not be
right. It's not the networking, all the meeting the big shot. But it's making sure things happen or being a part of something that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. It's something that.
And build relationships. I went to the conference. I really got to know you, honestly. We work like almost every day, but we got to know each other. So you get to build relationships.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for someone, for Ivan, that could be it. And we're just.
We're just picking on him, right? 'Cause he's not
Right.
here, but-
And Darren actually said, I'm going to talk about COMTO. He said he was willing to come, but he's a new person that could be a member of COMTO. And we haven't really reached out to him.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
And
and the
part of
idea,
the-
I'm
oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
But the other idea that we talked about at the last meeting is, for COMTO, we really need to get out of our comfort level here at JTA and get out there.
And that's the point of this.
And that's
We
the
need to
point,
speak
what
to
you're trying
someone.
to,
How do we?
I know we're picking on the JTA folks, but
Yeah. Yes,
But how much easier is it to get out of your comfort level if you already have a good idea
Yeah.
what you're going to say? If you go up to someone and you hadn't thought about it, well, have you ever heard the definition of an extrovert engineer? Someone who looks at somebody else's shoe tips when they're talking? Yeah, they don't look up and look at it, yeah. Used to
wait a
be me.
minute.
That used to be me.
Wait a minute, I'm like, what are you saying while I'm here?
That used to be me. They say the same thing for accountants too. Extrovert. No, that's, yeah. But if you know what you're going to say, it'll help. And if you can get information on the person beforehand, whether by talking to that person, have that person be the first one to talk, or by researching before, then it'll help you even more. Right. So we understand what the questions are and how you can be prepared. Let's try to come up with a quick one for COMTO, for item. Okay, so the first line would be a greeting. Hi, my name is, and I'm officer or a member of COMTO. At COMTO, we can
Offer you networking opportunities and provide professional development opportunities to help you advance in your career.
Okay, very good. That work? Good. Yeah, it would be something that would make it
I think
attract
that would
attention.
interest anybody, unless
Well,
you're
true.
already a CEO and you don't really need the network in advance. But
Yeah.
anybody else, it's kind of like a, universal thing. Everybody networking is how things happen. So everybody, if they're not interested in it, they should be. And then as far as learning, I think everybody has an interest in, maybe specific things, but just learning in general.
Mhm.
Okay.
A CEO or a sponsor might be different, but for a member, definitely so. Yeah. Good. Once you know the second one, the last couple are fairly simple.
How do we do that?
What do you do? How do you do that? How do you do the networking through social events and meetings and projects? You do the professional development through workshops. Something simple, something quick. And then what's your call to action? What are you going to tell them?
The next event is scheduled on.
I'd like you to come to the next meeting, which is October
Yeah.
14th at 5.
Now, email you some information?
How are you going to mail them information?
Email them.
How?
Get your contact.
Ask for his contact information. Don't wait for him to contact you. How many people do you say, please email me? And they actually email you back. I forgot, I lost it. I lost your email address, I'm sorry. So I couldn't email you back. Yeah, get it from them and contact them back. Make sense? This morning, mostly India and I were working on some other results lines. On the bottom of this handout, we came up with some. Find out the one that's best for you, the best for your audience, the most comfortable for you to say. And that way, you'll be comfortable when you're giving it. If you were looking for a potential member, you could either say, we help our members find career opportunities and succeed in the transportation industry, or we help our members find opportunities and become mentors because some of your members are pretty well advanced in their career and they just want to give out to others. Which is how you would change it if you knew what that person was and what they wanted. But if you're going to meet a high executive at CSX, not a member, but someone who's influential, someone who can help you, and you want them to help you find jobs for your people, for your members, what would you say?
My question, I have a question, so
Sure.
you just said something, so I have a question for you, Bill. How have you helped me build my successful career? How has COMTO, I'm just sitting here and I'm part of it.
Yes.
So tell me, India, how can COMTO help me build my professional, build a successful career?
That's line 3. Yes, how do you
How
do
can,
that?
because I'm sitting here thinking, what would I say? Based on what I don't know, or know.
You have an opportunity to network with others. You have an opportunity to mold some of your training that you can't get, from your employer. COMTO can offer you things that your employer may not be able to offer you immediately or right away. And COMTO also allows you to network with folks that you probably wouldn't meet day to day.
So there's training at COMTO?
There is training at COMTO. We actually have a national conference that we have every year, and there are really, really good opportunities there. But locally, we do a lot of professional development. We
Okay,
have
too
just-
long, thank you. I'm sold, okay, here's my question.
Let me add to that, one thing that I do, because I'm fairly new in COMTO, so I'm just really learning about everything. And it has been so phenomenal so far, so I even just say what it has done for me so far.
Mhm.
And I can just say the people that I've met, the level of professionals, and just, it's been unbelievable. When you talk about what makes it unique, or I just say how I found out about it and I really didn't know, and this is what I found out so far, and because it really is more like a team and a family than just an organization. It does much more than that. That's what I've found out so far, and I know it's just gonna pretty much go from there, so.
And I would never know
Anybody
she
I've
was
talked
new.
to.
You just said that. 'Cause I mean, I watched her, and I did, I watched her come to.
So my thing is, if I believe in something,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, but
I can make you believe it too. Like if I know something's good, when you talk to me, then it's gonna be like, oh, well, if she thinks about it like that, then now I'm also interested. But it's genuine.
But you bring out a good point, if you don't mind me, for each one of you, it would help to put in
What
something
COMTO
like
done
that.
for you?
Why did you join? Why are you
Yeah.
participating? Why are you staying in here and becoming officer?
It's wonderful.
Can we say it out loud? Anybody willing to share?
Sure can.
I can't say why.
You were voluntold.
I was voluntold.
Well, you can say I
No.
was
But now
voluntold.
look at
She
you.
didn't say that. I was voluntold, but since I've joined, I've had an opportunity to meet.
It has been a blessing, like you said, and COMTO, seeing you on a professional level is different than, so it has been. You and I, it really was a very, because I'm telling you guys, I kicked and screamed about going. But you and I as well, like, it made it worth it, and then just to see there was professional, there were sessions, there was training. It really, because I was thinking, what can COMTO offer me other than sit in a meeting? I'm being honest. But I was besides, I'm telling you now, the mixers, I was, not because it was a mixer, but because the energy of Martini. I'm serious. I was at every mixer, and so that was exciting. But I kept thinking, what does COMTO offer me? But I don't drink. What can I come to COMTO and do? And then when I went to the conference, I was more enthused, but it was more of the relationships. Like I said, I never, personally talked to Ida or India. And then, so then I started digging even deeper. And then going to the membership meeting and find there's a COMTO Institute. I can get training, all that was there. So I didn't know. But I'm excited.
And see, I would say my reason is totally different. I have a son that has immersed himself into transportation. And so it's for him, for scholarship opportunities for him. And so that was my original reason for joining COMTO, to funnel him through.
Has it helped?
I bet he knows more about transportation than anybody in here. And about what they tell you doing than anybody in here.
And our son is very helpful. When I participated in the toy drive, he'd be right there, helping us with the toys, wrapping the toys, stripping the toys to the kids.
Garrett Morgan.
Never complain. He doesn't matter what you ask him to do, he just does it. He is very, very helpful.
Well, I want to point out, COMTO meant for me was each one reach one. When I first got here at ATA, Deidre Kyle was the one who took me up to Atlanta to the first conference. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And she didn't have to do that. She dragged me along, just let me see what's really going on out there in the playing field. So for me, someone did it for me, introduced me, and I remember seeing Nat Ford when he was at Atlanta over at Martyr, and now he's here. And I had an opportunity to meet him. So it means for me, it's my time to give back. it's my turn to pull someone. It's each one reach one is my little thing. So everyone should have some type of COMTO, hey, this is what it means to me.
Very good point, yeah. One slight correction or something else to think about when you mentioned earlier about finding jobs through networking. You don't just network with the people, but they can network with the people who will make a decision about hiring. It may not be the HR person, but if it's a person who's going to help you find you a job or advance your career, well, then they're gonna hire.
And last thing, I think COMTO is a good way for you to recognize you didn't get where you are by yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
If you believe that, you should be a member of COMTO.
I'm selling, okay.
You're selling well? Good. So here's the whole message. Try to find in yourself a 4 or 5 sentence elevator speech. A short conversation that you can have at a moment when you least expect to be able to talk to someone about COMTO and why they should participate. But you'd have to have one for a member, or a potential member, one for a sponsor, one for a CEO, whatever other opportunity you think. When you create that, and you simplify that down to 30 seconds, which will take more than 30 seconds to do, it'll take a while, but you can, and start preparing it. Then when that opportunity comes and you're not expecting it, you'll be prepared, you'll get results. And that person will join because they'll want those same results. Think about the results, think about what you're doing, and you'll do well. Questions?
How would you send to somebody that's reluctant to take it?
To take what?
Take your information about COMTO.
Then you will ask them to contact you. I mean, you're right.
Not everybody wants to hear.
Not everyone's.
Yeah.
And
That's why you do it in
Cheryl?
30 seconds before it registers for them to
Right.
say.
You do it fast.
No.
You do it.
That's why it's an elevator speed, quick.
But Cheryl's right. It's not for everybody.
Okay.
You can't try to force everybody to do it, but you give them the opportunity. India's word has been opportunity. You give them that opportunity. If they want to take it right then, fine. If they don't, at least they know a little bit more about COMTO, and they'll be thinking about it next time they hear it. And they'll think about the results that you've already promised them. And then maybe next time they join. Good question. Others?
Can I just make one other
Please.
point? Fred, right before the presentation, asked me to get my elevator speech. And as a president, I couldn't do it. And I felt horrible. And I thought, oh my goodness. But after Fred kind of threw out some of these questions and kind of gave me some guidance, I went back in my office and thought about it. And that's when I came up with that each one reach one. So don't feel like if you're sitting here, you don't know exactly what it is, because even the president couldn't do it on the fly from the first time. Okay, so I know some of you feel that way, because I know I felt that way when he threw it at me. So take this information, think about how you want to say it, and maybe at a couple of meetings we ask you to stand up and give your personal testimony on how you feel about COMTO. Okay, so don't feel any pressure that you have to do it tomorrow or next week, but maybe by the mixer, you can, when you're standing there holding your drink, you can say something.
You have a contest?
I'm happy to help. Probably because I work in sales, marketing, business development. Like my mind's kind of already in that space. So, you know, I already know. It depends on what your product is. You have to come in a certain way. But I'm already kind of tuned in for that. So, if anybody needs
Oh, you're gonna
something-
have fun, aren't you?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
I love it.
No, at the place, just have a 15 minutes. Anybody wants to give their elevator speech, the person gets a free drink. I don't know. It's a fun one. And if you want to record it and put it on your website, that would be cool.
I'll do it. I could do a CEO one of business right now. Give me 30 seconds.
We'll get one not so shy person and another shy person. So it won't look like it's
Somebody calm. Or even the script is the script, but then you know it may be somebody with that with a voice if you're gonna put it online. You know, maybe
But we have to make sure that we have people that are not members. How do we get those people there? How do we reach out to those people?
And
To the
that's what this
website,
is
To the
about.
mixer?
Yeah.
Cause you know, when we talk to
We can
folks,
just
they don't know
invite-
who we are.
We can invite,
They don't know
everybody
our
invite in
missions, who
person.
we are, what we're doing, and really what we're doing.
So do you think the mixer should be after, you're gonna do this road show?
Mhm.
So, I mean, I heard what you said about the timing based on what some of the things going on, that September's good. But should the mixer be after your road show so that you can, in your road show, be getting some additional contacts that we can say we invite to the mixer? Or just go ahead and have, who we know now, just send some invites to come to the mixer. Keep that date and then have another
Sounds like you
one.
would want to
Have another one in 3 months or 4 months anyway,
Yes.
after your road show.
Sounds like you would want to have the road show after, so you would have some of this prepared and comfortable. No?
So you're saying do the road show first?
I'm saying do the
Well,
mixer
you're-
first.
Mixer.
And so you can practice and find out and work on your best elevator speeches, right?
That could be the point where we practice.
The,
Well,
whatever.
she's saying, how do we get the people to the mixer?
The membership mixer is for potential new members.
Right.
Right. It's like everybody, like I said,
But
everybody.
that's written through the website, if you're talking
Wait,
about
you know
that.
what? A good idea is each member gets to offer a free appetizer or a free drink to someone. Like you get I know I'm talking about costs, but you say, why don't you come to my mixer, I'll pay for your first appetizer, and then COMTO pays for
But
it.
who are we telling this to? That's
You
my
find
question.
a potential
What
person.
she's saying,
Everybody bring a buddy, it's like find
Yeah.
out, yeah.
But you can't just bring them, say, I'll come and you say, I'll pay for your first non-alcoholic drink or your appetizer. And you hand them a ticket, oh, I got something to come and get a free drink, you may get someone to come in on that.
And we start networking together and then see what COMTO is all about. As a
And if they
potential
join,
member.
then that member gets some of the benefit.
Yeah. But the thing is, you gotta draw to bring them in.
I think that it all still drives right to the website and the web presence and how that's set up. But now you're talking about creating a LinkedIn group for COMTO. And then invite people that are already in the industry or any kind of that want to advance. So then when you talk about the mixer, you blast it on social media. You do the Facebook or but make a COMTO group that kind of keeps people engaged. So as far as inviting new people, that's a good way to kind of reach.
I do think it comes down to the first one-on-one contact.
Absolutely.
Let me finish up with this. You have my email. I think we'll probably send out another email just saying thank you and maybe even give you this electronically so you can start working on it. But you'll have my email and I'll be here to help you, work with you, give constructive comments on any of your elevator speeches. So, if you need more help, I'll be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was great. Thank you.